welcome back to the channel, beautiful souls. I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and on this channel we talk about all things spirituality, wellness, entrepreneurship, and social media for conscious souls like you. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys one of my second series of the Conscious Traveler, and really teaching you guys through the eyes of me and just my journey of how you can actually travel consciously, putting intention, growing, and coming back and out of your travels in a different perspective. And one of the biggest things I really talk to you guys about on this channel is about how to be conscious beings. So that's really what I focus on with this series. And today's our second part of the story, where I'm gonna keep deep diving into how I manifested my first solo trip for 2 days, just the thoughts that were coming through, and how much I learned so much by connecting deeper with nature, and how you can do the same. With everything going on in the world right now, it has really put a little bit of a halt on a lot of traveling that we can do. That being said, that doesn't mean that we can't travel in our backyard. So I'm super excited to do this video. Before we get into the journey, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do videos every single day for you beautiful souls, and to not miss another conscious, amazing travel like this one. And today's subscriber of the day is Aurora. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing family. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you guys, and you are part of our manifestation of 1 million souls to support in 2020. Let's get into the solo travel camping trip. We finally made it. There are so many mosquitoes out here. I am now gonna set up, and then I'll catch you guys up with Bon Echo. The trek up was quite long, super excessive, and there are parts of me that felt like I couldn't keep going. 3 hours in, 60 pounds on my back, all alone in the nature. A sense of loneliness started to keep coming, and I didn't know what to do at that point. Once I found my space, once I found that I was at my campsite, there was a sense of relief, and I felt one with nature again. Hey guys, how's it going? This is not my usual space. I am camping in Bon Echo, about 2.5 hours out, and I am doing a solo camping trip. It's my first solo camping trip, and I'm super excited / a little nervous, not gonna lie. When I woke up this morning, I was kind of, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I've done camping trips in groups, but you know, doing a trek can be hard. It's a heat wave today, so it was 32 with the Humidex this morning, and I'm pretty sure it's more than that. I had to stop countless times just because there's a lot of inclinations, and I'm basically holding all my gear as opposed to sharing it with other people. So it was an adjustment, and I had to get a lot of water breaks. But the reason why I want to do this conscious travel trip and take you guys with me, specifically because I feel really called to just really connect with nature. I've been getting a lot of downloads and just like evolving, and I want to take you guys on this journey on how I travel consciously, even in terms of right now when we're at home, and how you can do it as close as your backyard. I did a series on how to get grounded in 2 days. And today I'm sharing you guys something just more, teaching you a little bit more about what nature can bring. And one of my favorite things that I like to learn is that as healers and shamans back in the day, they used to actually go for days upon days in the forest and nature and learn about the plants and animals and just disconnect and be able to come back to villages and share all this amazing knowledge. So in doing that today, I'm gonna share with you the knowledge I bring as I look inwards, step away from the busyness and the craziness of this world, and just kind of be something that we don't tend to do quite often. So I'm gonna rest for a bit. I don't know how long. That's the beauty of being in nature. Tomorrow I'm probably going to do a full-on day of swimming and going to the main lake, all the funs. But for now, I'm going to take it easy, rest, and maybe eat something in a bit. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. After a 3-hour hike, I was so exhausted, and I felt intuitively called to just stare and observe nature. I noticed that there were 3 specific animals that were my spirit animal during the solo trip: spiders, squirrels, caterpillars, and the element of fire. I've learned so much from those animals of creativity, growth, opportunity, and full creation. Before I knew it, the next day came, and it was time for me to go on a next venture. After having coffee and some breakfast, making a sandwich for lunch, it was time for me to head onto the road. I decided to hike back 3 hours back to my car, and I drove to the beach. The beach is somewhere that has brought me so much connection during the hardest times of my life. During times of trauma, I would imagine myself at the water with sand at my feet, watching the waves and just being with nature, and it felt a sense of peace. So I knew during this trip, when I saw that there was a beach here, this was my way as a conscious being, was to connect deeper with my higher self from a different mindset, from a space of connection, a space of peace, a space of clarity. And I did so. I ate my meals consciously. I watched, I meditated consciously. I relaxed consciously. I walked into the water consciously. Me manifesting this solo camping trip was more than just a trip to me. It was an opportunity for me to go outside of my comfort zone after a whole 2 months of being inside and reflecting and forcing ourselves to do this one specific thing: shadow work. They say that this year of 2020 is the year of shadow work, and I can say during reflection of my solo trip, it definitely is. Reminding yourself that this journey is on your own, but it doesn't always have to be. You can always ask your soul tribe for support when you need it. But sometimes in moments like this, you need to be alone to connect with yourself again. And that's what I did. I connected with the water, the sun, the sand, the trees, the grass. I connected with myself. I felt aligned again, grounding myself, walking on Mother Earth. It was really what my soul needed, and I listened to that voice. I really want you to take this moment and to ask yourself, what is your soul asking you to do right now? What ways can you connect with nature? Seeing the cycle of nature. There's so much we can learn from it. Where there's grief, there is happiness. And seeing the cycle of watching spiders eat for its prey, to squirrels, looking for nuts all day. There's so much we can learn. So much that we can learn. The journey is never over. We are always learning. I spent the day reading by the beach, reading one of my favorite books right now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Because a lot of my manifestations are about abundance, and I was able to connect about that a little bit more. After spending 3 hours at the beach, I decided to make my way back to the parking lot, and we decided to kind of just, take in that time, take in the time of me at the beach and how much I loved it so much and how grateful I was for this moment as I drove back. As I drove back to the Abs and Essence space in Bon Echo, it was a 3-hour trek back in, this time a little bit easier because I didn't have 60 pounds of things to trek in. Life is so beautiful. And in times where there's so much going on, we need to go back to the basics of nature. and understand that the basics, the simplicity of life can truly give us all the manifestations that we need. The simplicity of life can truly understand more of what gratitude is all about. The simplicity of life can allow us to be aligned with ourselves, know what we have to work on, and intuitively feel guided every step of the way, knowing that everything is working for us. Everything. And we see that in nature. It dies and it comes back. It dies and it comes back. We go through hard times, but we go through happiness. We go through hard times and we go through happiness. That is part of life. But know that you are the true creator of everything that you create. Everything. So ask yourself this. Will you allow yourself to create what you truly deserve today? How can nature teach you this? And how can you connect with nature and disconnect to connect deeper with your conscious and higher self? This was my last night, and I decided to make rice and veggies. Yes, I was sweating so much. It was a heat wave that day, and actually the last 2 days, 3 days that I was there. But regardless, it did nothing to not allow me to appreciate the sunset that I had that night as I ate my meal. Again, I was grateful. Thank you so much, universe, for this amazing sunset, for this meal. Thank you so much for this experience and getting me outside of my comfort zone. Thank you for allowing me to see nature, even the things that I was scared of and my inner child was scared of, such as spiders and bugs, and allowing myself to fall in love with all that it is. Thank you for allowing me to break all of those boundaries and go beyond it and much more. Thank you for everything that you have given me. It was coming to the end of the night and I had a long trek back, so I decided that I would go to bed. But one more peek of the sun, I say thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This manifestation is something I'm grateful for. And I hope that you bringing you on this trip on my solar camping has allowed you to look deeper into what you can do and how much you have all the control to your full potential of what you truly deserve, and so much more. Hey guys, so it's currently 8:48 and I did not sleep well on my last night just because chipmunks ended up eating my granola bar in the middle of the night, and it was just one of those nights, you know. Camping, you can only be so comfortable, but that really allows you to appreciate the small things in life, you know. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll probably drive home. I went to the beach, but it's pretty empty. So I'm probably gonna end up driving home. It's about a 2.5 hour drive, and then I might even go see my family in the midst of it. But when I get home, I will catch you guys up with all the goods on this conscious, amazing trip. Hey guys, so I am back home from my solo conscious traveling trip camping, and I learned so much from it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this trip. I want to share a couple things, downloads, signs that I got throughout the trip that I really think will be helpful for you guys. I wrote them all down to make them really quick. So first things first, there is so much interconnectedness that you can get from nature. Nature is able to recreate itself, replenish itself, and I think one of the biggest things I was reminded by with nature is, as humans, as conscious souls that we are, we need to understand that we have to release as much as we want to manifest. And a lot of you are on this manifesting journey, which is so exciting. I love watching and reading all of your comments of what you're manifesting. And I really just want to encourage you, making sure that you are balancing. You're being grateful, but you're also being grounded. You're receiving and grounding yourself. You're allowing yourself to manifest these big abundant things, but you're also letting go of things that no longer serve you energetically to do those upgrades. And when I was able to connect with nature, that's one of the things that it really taught me to do is how can I go back to my reality after traveling, after, camping and doing this whole trip, and come back to my reality of so many big abundant things that I want to create. And it's so funny, the spirit animals that really connected with me, and animals can definitely be a sign for you. So if you see certain animals, that could be a sign or a message that your guides are telling you something. And for me, I asked my guides, show me through nature signs that I need to know at this current now. And the three things were spiders, caterpillars, and squirrels. They were everywhere. I had 3 spiders that were on my tent the whole time. No matter how many times I would remove them, put them on a tree, they would come back. Same thing with caterpillars. And spiders represent creating your own energy, creating big new beginnings, and also focusing on your accomplishments. I have so much power and passion and just growth and love to make this community and supporting you guys so much, because I know, and so many of you have messaged me, I'm so grateful that it came across you, because I didn't know about manifestation. I didn't know about law of attraction, and I didn't know about it either earlier. It was later in my life after a traumatic incident that I got into all of this. And just imagine how much we can take our power, understand the ability of our thoughts as law of attraction, and manifest everything that we want by understanding how much we can create every little thing in our life, good and bad. So Spider kept telling me to create what I want and be that, and ensure that I'm also doing the work and all that work as well. The caterpillar was talking about dealing with transformation. I am transforming a lot. I got a lot of upgrades. I didn't share it with you guys, but I went on my group camping trip before this, and I got so many downloads of just basically an ayahuasca vision, feeling and understanding that we were interconnected with the universe. I know it sounds like pretty crazy, far-fetched, but it was such a beautiful thing. And I know I'm upgrading a lot with my gifts. But that really told me that each and every single one of us have transformations. And whether you have recently released something out of your energy field, whether that's a relationship, a career, or just anything that you're going after, a new beginning, understand that new beginning, there is so much abundance that's behind it, that yet you have nothing to see yet. You don't see it yet, but the universe is doing all the work behind the scene. Last thing is the squirrel. The squirrel is small and it gets lots of nuts, but it works really hard. But the 2 energies that a squirrel inhibits is understanding that it's resourceful, how it gets its nuts, how it makes its home. I think one of the biggest things is understanding, reminding me, what the universe wanted to remind me is be resourceful with what I have. Don't look outward so much. And sometimes, we're all human. There are times where we try to look outward, or we feel like we need to look outward to find certain answers to what we need in our life. But truly, it comes down to the answers were always within ourselves. But when I was able to connect with nature, I got full clarity of that. Having that sense of loneliness of my thoughts really made me think, holy geez, we have all the things that we need in order to get every single thing that we want to manifest and more. And the last thing is playing with life. Not being afraid to play. One of the biggest things I learned is how much I can work so much better in my professional life, my personal life, in my stress levels, in my conscious of just being in the state of being, when I give myself a break. So one of the things I would really encourage you to do is not just wait so long to give yourself a break. Ask yourself, how can I play with life and my energy? How can I take care of my wellness and be grounded every single day of my life, and not just do that on the weekends, So this is one thing that I've been really learning to do. Now, every 2 weeks, I'm gonna give myself a break. No social media for 2 days straight, blackout like I used to do, and really allow myself to be resourceful, but also respect and play, and just play with my energy and celebrate, and have time to celebrate all the successes, abundance, and amazing energy, and amazing family that I've created here with you guys. So these are the main things. I'm so happy I was able to connect, and it was just so beautiful. Everything from the beach, coming from a different headspace from the last time, thinking of the beach as a way to escape from my trauma a little bit. And whenever I meditated, that was a way for me to connect deeper. But now, being in the space and the energy I'm in, I can feel the beach with my true higher self, of it being a representation of me being a water sign and connecting with that nature and feeling a sense of connectivity to myself, to my soul, to my higher self, to nature, to all, and so much more. And then when I get to that point, all we know is there's only love that exists. And I felt at that moment when I was looking at the waves, this sense of love, unconditional love. My guides were with me. I felt it, felt the sun. I just felt everything. So all in all, I really encourage you guys, even in the midst of everything, connect with nature. Go for a hike, go for a walk. Decide to give yourself that clarity. Connect with your guides as much as possible and know that you're never alone. Even though this journey is lonely, it doesn't have to be. You guys have a soul here, a tribe here. This is what this community is all about. Use it to your advantage and make it yours. So I hope you guys like this video, and I cannot wait to bring you on the next conscious travel trip story. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, as well as put notification bells. I do videos every single day for you beautiful souls, and it does help so much, as well as so you can make sure that you cannot miss the next one. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm sending you so much love, light, positivity. Bye.